Welcome, everyone. I'm Karen Vaughn from Radio One. You can check me out Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. During the week, getting you through your workday. And it's just such an honor to be here with you for InnoPower. It's been going on all week. Tomorrow is the wrap, and today is the day of entrepreneurship. So we're going to dive in with Evelyn Magley. First of all, just thank you for being here because you're such a dynamic woman in sports, and you're just setting the trend and breaking the ceiling as the CEO of the Basketball League, the first woman to own a professional men's league, and the first African American woman as well. So you are a history maker, and welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Karen. I'm really honored and so appreciative of this opportunity to tell the journey of TBL and what we've been doing in the past 4 years. And thank you so much, and just excited to be here.
Yeah, so tell us about the Basketball League and being CEO. Like the moment that you stepped into that role and just took sports by fire. Tell us about that.
Well, I didn't know at the time that I was the first woman to uh, actually be a CEO of a men's professional sports league. So that really kind of caught me off guard. And when people started contacting me, I thought, really, that we're in the 21st century? This,
Right.
how can this be? So I'm really excited about, I guess, breaking that glass ceiling. But I know with that comes a huge responsibility of what I need to do to make certain that the ceiling doesn't get sealed and that it stays wide open because there's plenty of room for more women.
Yeah, I love that. Plenty of room. Plenty
Yes.
of room. What was your motivation in you embarking, just on this journey of just being, a woman in sports and running the league? Because sometimes we put obstacles in front of ourselves,
Hmm.
right?
Well,
And we
um,
break through them, or there's obstacles that we didn't create that we break through.
right. Well, to start with, it's really a God given vision. It came from a place of pain where I was literally crying out to God, what should I do with my life? I was going through some really hard times. My husband had lost his brother. There were a lot of things that were going on. And I just wanted to know at this point in my life, what is it that you want me to do? And within that conversation, he literally downloaded an information of vision for this league. And with that, I started and haven't looked back. So my motivation is just to be obedient to the vision that God has shown me for this league.
Beautiful. So tell us, how is the basketball league different from any other league?
Well, I start right where it started. Started as and is it's a God given vision. So that in itself makes it different. I don't apologize for it. It may not be politically correct in this day that we're living in, but it is a God given vision. It's a vision that is to use the love of God to go out and impact lives by simply using the tool of basketball. So it's not about going out and trying to make people believe like I do, but it's literally um, going out into communities and taking this great sport, this great game, and using it as a platform to bring people and communities together. And so, with that, the players have active relationships within those communities. They come from the communities that they're playing in, and they go out and they work with nonprofit organizations. We teach them life skills so that they can become ambassadors. We have a financial literacy program that we seed into them so that they can not only play basketball on the court, but have their life skills together so that they can function in the real world and know how to manage their money, and then hand that down from one generation to the next so that they have a legacy of wealth that goes beyond the basketball court.
When it
So,
comes to building your team and leadership skills, what are the types of skill sets you are looking for to work with you in your league?
looking for young men that have values of integrity, that understand that they don't know it all, that they have a willingness to be coached, that they want to learn, that they want to give, and that they want to be ambassadors. They want to be those individuals that people and youth in the community can see. Uh, we want players that want to use their gifts and their talents to help others, and also that want an opportunity to be able to go to the highest level that they would love to go to.
And even building a team, for your day-to-day operations and sales and marketing and
Whew.
operation, so on and so forth. There are a lot of people that are looking, right? That love sports, especially in this area. Indiana is the basketball capital. So, and as you expand, your goal is to plan to start over 40 leagues across the US. So, when you're developing your business and having that entrepreneurial spirit, when it comes to the day-to-day operations, what skill sets are you looking for? What intrigues you in building your team?
In building a team uh, off of the court, for administration and for individuals that want to be team market owners, we're looking for people that are philanthropists. We're looking for people that have income that they would love to give back to their community by placing something there that is going to uh, be a platform for that community to build on. We're looking for individuals that have a mindset of serving, of not always taking, but serving a community, and then also people that want to use their resources to create streams of revenue to bring to a hurting community. When we have our games, there are people that travel. Now that COVID's, yes,
Yeah.
opening back up, it's like, yes, because you're bringing streams of revenue into your local diner, your cafe, your uh, gas station, the hotels. You're bringing streams of revenue when people are traveling to watch these teams play. So it's not always just about the players and the players having integrity. It's about um, opportunities for everyone. Uh, we're putting monies into the pockets of these young men, but we're also bringing streams of revenues to those communities that may not have a life source of entertainment to bring those things. I mean, let's look at it. We had, what was it, the playoffs were here in Indianapolis.
Mhm.
Was it amazing how much revenue that
Right.
that tournament brought to this city? Do you think even COVID would keep this city closed?
Not when it comes to basketball.
Let's look at basketball. But you're talking, it's basketball, but you really look at it, you're talking revenue.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're talking about shutting down a stream of revenue that people have been banking on for the last year and planning for, and you're going to close that all down, and it's going to really hurt the businesses. Well,
Yeah,
imagine this: one basketball team does that for a city.
absolutely.
I mean, you look at the Kokomo Bobcats.
Mhm.
My goodness, they've got between 2,500 to 3,000 people at a game, at a home game each week that they have a home game. That's bringing revenue into Kokomo. that community gets it. You've got people that are able to come to the game and perform. They're performing the national anthem. They've got halftime. They have people and vendors that are there that are reaching out to people that are coming in from outside of Kokomo to come and see this wonderful game of basketball. It's
Events and the post events, and at the end of the day, it's a high season for many of the businesses and small businesses that are there when they lay out their plan and their budget and their return on revenue for the year. That's already slated there.
I
So
mean, it
have,
is.
to have it decrease because of a pandemic that was caused by no one, I mean, we do know, but I'm just saying, um, it's detrimental. So
Yes.
I'm glad that we're picking up, and we are, of course, being cautious when we're out and about and social distancing and wearing our masks and so on and so forth. But we have a bit of normalcy, a bit of it.
Right. Yes. Yes. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So happy.
And with that, like I said earlier, you plan to start over 40 leagues across the
Mm-hmm.
US. So how are
Mm-hmm.
you executing that plan? That's exciting. And how are you adapting to the changes along the way when,
Mm-hmm.
we just talked about COVID and other things that are ahead of you?
Well, we started initially with 10 teams in the league. And the next year we had 12. And now we have in excess, well, we have 29, and we will have an excess of 45 teams in 2022. That growth is phenomenal, being that we tripled in size during the pandemic. Um, what we're doing to plan for that is we are growing the league, and our footprint will actually be larger than the NBA, although we're not in conflict with the NBA, nor do we want to be the NBA. We're a showcase league, let's face it. These young men are going to be getting jobs possibly in the G League or the NBA or the NBA of another country. So, what we do to plan for that is we make certain that the teams that we bring in are able to have the revenues and the financing to be able to support that team. We help them to build their base and their structure so that they can have the proper amount of sponsorships to be able to support what they're doing within that community. And as we build each team out, it helps the league to become stronger.
Mhm.
And that is something that brings value, valuation increases for the teams. And for those that are investing, they start to see a return on their investment within a shorter period of time because we're building that and we're bringing in those revenues and being able to support those teams.
Yeah. And as you roll all of this out, what are some of the lessons you've learned as a female entrepreneur that you would like to share?
Well, I will say my first year, I spent a lot of time just listening and
Mm.
learning the culture. Um, as James Brown says, it's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing
Yes.
without a woman or a girl. I'm going to tell you, I learned to keep my mouth shut, to
Mhm.
listen and see what was going on around me, because in order for me to be able to make the impact that needs to be made in the lives, I have to understand what I'm dealing with. And there's a lot of testosterone that's flying around. And there's a lot of competitiveness, even within outside of the game. There's so much competition. Um, and I've learned from listening to uh, learn when to stay in my lane and when to cross over and go possibly out. And from that, I've learned to put good people around me that understand the vision, to get teams that understand the vision, that we're not trying to be the NBA, we're trying to impact lives. And I do believe that when people understand that the name on that polo that goes into the school and the homeless shelters, that deals with the nonprofit organizations, is much more important than the name that's on that jersey on the court, then they'll understand that our league is about family and community. And it will help me to be able to then reach out to those community and make a greater impact as I understand each community. I have learned that every state in the United States is like its own country. It has its own flavor. And instead of me trying to come and push my will, my way of doing things, uh, I may think it may be the best thing, but for each community, I have to learn how to function within that community.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, I must listen. I must find out what their needs are. I must listen to the team market owners. And then I have to figure out how I can help them and get the resources to do that. I've also learned that being a woman and an African American woman has done absolutely nothing for me at this point in getting individuals from possible banking institutions to do anything for me or to necessarily reach out and they're looking to try to help seed into this organization that I have. Everybody's looking for the WIFM, what's in it for me. And being a young league, that first couple of years I went out, I mean, I went to every banking resource I thought I could have or walk into and talk to and tell about the wonderful things we're doing. But, you haven't been here that long and we really don't know if you're serious. You know, well, you have to be around a little bit longer before we will support what you're doing. And so I'm learning that it's going to take time. It's going to take me and all of our team market owners showing what this league is about, that we're about community, that we're worth the investment, that we're worth. Can you put a dollar value on the fact that our players go in and change the lives of children by reaching out and mentoring them, keeping them out of trouble, keeping them off of drugs, being there to sit with a kid that just lost his dad and doesn't have a friend at the school. You know, this league and what I'm learning is I have to just show it. We have to prove it by our actions because our young men that are playing in this league, they're not signing tennis shoes and running out the door, throwing a tennis shoe up into the stands and you never see them again. They're right there in those communities, working and ministering through their lives to positively impact. So what I found is maybe over time and maybe through InnoPower, people being able to hear what we really do, that this is just not entertainment. It's really more about life and helping people and serving the community. Maybe there will be those angel investors or people that will reach out. And then when they see that our valuation goes up and that we're worth investing in, then we'll prove that we're worth it. And that's what we're doing right now.
It definitely makes a difference and is the difference. And, someone watching now could be um, empowered, inspired to start a business um, in the sports industry. What would you tell a budding entrepreneur or entrepreneur that has been in, for a minute that can help them and for you to plant, a seed in them so they can continue to grow as well? What would you share?
Well, this is me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to share. I'm not politically correct. I realize that when I speak, I am, but you know what? I have to be me. This whole game, maybe I'm not playing the game well enough, but I think being transparent is the way to be. And so, with that transparency, I would say never give up. Have faith in whatever it is that you believe, and never ever give up. Making money is one thing, but changing lives is another. And when you can see that you're making an impact on lives, thousands of lives, simply by going out and serving and using the platform that you have, whatever it is, whether it's entertainment or whether you're a coder or whether it's engineering or, whatever it is, believe in what it is that you've been put on this earth to do and be passionate about it. Don't stop. If you have haters, so be it. No matter what you do, there's always going to be somebody that's got something to say, right? So if you know within yourself that you're doing what you've been placed on this earth to do, then go for it and don't let anybody talk you out of it. That thing that's inside of you, when you're off track. You can tell this is not what I should be doing. I'm not feeling it. I'm getting paid, but I'm not feeling it. You need to do that. To me, that's something that's inside of you that says this is where you're supposed to be, is that guiding light. And for this moment in time, for me, it is the basketball league. And I get up every day feeling great about what I'm doing because I know I'm doing my purpose. I'm doing what I've been called to do. And I want to impact lives. And that's powerful. It keeps me going, even though you don't have sometimes every little dime or penny that you think you might need. When you realize that life is so much more, it just keeps you going. And that's what I would say. Never give up. Stay passionate. Stay focused. And don't give up. You're right there at your breakthrough. Right there.
Those are great words of encouragement. I feel empowered. I had to write down a couple of your notes. Evelyn, this has just been a joy talking to you today about the basketball league and the amazing things that you're doing as the CEO, as the first woman CEO, and as the first African American woman to own a professional men's league. Continued success and just bravo to everything that you're doing. And please keep in touch with us and let us know what's going on with the league and what you're doing. And for those that are watching now or listening now, how can they reach you? How can they connect with the league if they would like to try out, if they are seeking employment, or if they just want to support you?
Well, I would say they want to know more about us. They can go to www.thebasketballleague.net. Information is there pertaining to our purpose, our calling, what we're about. If they want to contact me individually, they can contact me at Evelyn, Evelyn, at thebasketballleague.net. We just keep it simple.
Okay, awesome. Well, you know what? We can't hear the round of applause, but everyone watching and listening, giving you applause right now. Evelyn Magley, the CEO of the Basketball League. It has been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure speaking with you.